Alrighty, Ruben here from CreasXgfi, Golden Feather Investments. I'm presenting this PowerPoint to help you understand how the purchase works. So first off, I'd like to say congratulations. Buying a home is a privilege. This PowerPoint is presented to you by agents from GFI and YHR, yours truly. A home purchase from beginning to end will be explained to you in this PowerPoint. Okay, so first and foremost, many buyers are scared. They're afraid. They're like, oh, I'm so scared about buying a property. I mean, I was when I first started. I was afraid of getting into this big risk, and what if they don't approve me? What if they don't qualify me? It just seems surreal sometimes. So buyers see a purchase as a scary thing. Many times they get discouraged and don't want to go through with it, but it's actually the contrary. It's actually a great and pleasant experience, especially once you have your home. Who doesn't want to live the American dream and own a property? So then with that being said, it's just like me telling you guys, don't be afraid to do it. Do it. Everyone does it eventually, I think. So buyers, your agent, your mortgage loan originator does this for a living. We always tell you, don't worry about it. We got it. We say it because we know. I think that 99.9% of the time when I tell you I can do it, it can be done unless it's something that's out of my control, something where you just happen to lose your job, and I hope that doesn't happen, or the property doesn't come in at value, or certain repairs aren't done, then you decide you want to back out of it. That's a whole different thing. But if I tell you I feel confident and comfortable in closing it, then you'll be fine. I promise you will. So what's first? So first off, you get pre-approved by Golden Feather Investments, hopefully, but if not, anybody, whoever your local lender is, whoever it is, you do have the right to shop a lender anytime you want. The next thing is we gather up financial documents. We will collect from you recent taxes for the past 2 years, including W-2s if you're self-employed, 1040s. We do have other programs out there. We require 1-year taxes. And there's so many programs. I'm not going to get into the programs because then it'll take 55 minutes to explain the whole thing or longer. But I will tell you what we need to gather up when first pre-qualifying. It's important that I collect your 1 month's recent pay stub from the date that you come in. I need a copy of your ID and your Social Security, 2 months bank statements, a 401k, wherever the funds are coming from the down payment and closing costs. I need to show that as proof. If this is a gift letter, then your family member would provide us a gift letter with some bank statements. I'll need a credit report. It does have to be from our company. You can bring me a credit report from another company. I'm just going to look at it and say, okay, not bad, looks good, but I will need to pull it through my third-party vendor. We would have to actually run the credit through there. We'll proceed to take the loan application and to plug in the numbers to see what you qualify for. At that point, you give me everything I need and all documents are there, and this is for me or any other lender. I'm not sure about their time frame, but for me, it takes about maybe 2 to 3 hours before I can give you pre-approval. I might be able to do it sooner, but I've always said no rushing in any type of situation is never a good outcome. You want to take your time in anything you do so that you can perfect it or do it well. So after you've been pre-approved, the next thing you do is obviously it's realtor time, right? So after getting the pre-approval and program that best fits your needs, you proceed to speak to your realtor. Nothing wrong with that. Your realtor will set you up to receive the homes that fit your criteria. We usually send them by CloudStream. We'll set you up with the system, and you'll start receiving properties from us. Once you see a property you like, you can mark the little heart, or you can just write down the information, let us know, and we start showing you the property. Obviously, we want to prepare for the day that we go out to look for properties, that we do multiple properties, and not just, especially if you're driving far to show properties, you just don't want to see one. And we might as well make it worth it, or we see multiple properties. Well, it says that your realtor will proceed to make appointments when you see these homes, and will also contact the loan officer to gather up your pre-approval and credit report to submit the offers. A strong offer comes with a desktop underwriting, preferably, which means they plugged in your numbers and pretty much got an approval from the DU system that banks use, we use. Pre-approval letter, nothing wrong with that, but I've always said the DU stronger. Your credit report, a picture of you and the family, your offer, and then you submit the offer. So once your realtor submits the offer, the seller's agent has 3 days to respond to the offer unless you request an extension. I'm so sorry, I went a little faster. Once your realtor submits the offer, seller's agent, okay, we did talk about that. The offer accepted. What's next? After having all your offer initialed, you proceed to and accept it. If you didn't have counters, if you had a counter, or whatever the case be. If there's no counters and it was a clean offer, then the next thing you proceed is to make a deposit by check or cashier's check. The deposit information will be given to you by the agent and the escrow of choice. Usually the seller has the escrow of choice, so then you get the information from the seller, and then you have to make sure that escrow is legitimate. Make sure that obviously the agent's legit. I would make a phone call as your agent and just make sure that the escrow has been in the business for a long time. You'll be surprised how creative people can get. So once you're in escrow, the first week, the realtor will have you sign your disclosures, your escrow instructions. If applicable, will order your home inspections, your termite report, your NHD. And the lender will send loan disclosures. They'll order your appraisal. They'll reach out to you for any conditions that they need after they get the approval. You always have to be ready to send information that's updated, like pay stubs. You're always going to submit pay stubs every time you get it. As you come, submit pay stubs until you close. Your bank statements, same thing. If you have a new bank statement coming out, please present it to your lender so that you're ahead of the game. And please do not run your credit anywhere else during the process. I've seen people make the biggest of mistakes, get into debts, trying to buy sofas or furniture or whatever it is, or maybe a new car to fit the new home, and that's the biggest mistake you can make. So make sure that you do not run your credit. Once you're in the second week, your realtor awaits your report, where you'll complete other forms with you. The realtor will see if the appraisal requires repairs. If applicable, will do a request for repairs. Your realtor will make sure that all disclosures have been submitted in a timely manner. They'll also have the ability to have you sign the forms electronically. The lender, in this case, in the second week, the lender will have the appraisal back and review it for possible repairs. Report that and report that to your realtor. The lender will also have submitted your conditions that are requested by the bank. You see me doing this, slouching this, because I'm reading it off the PowerPoint. I want to make sure that I'm explaining the PowerPoint to you. Okay, so I'm not playing hide and go seek or duck duck goose with anyone, but I did want to share that with you. Now that we're in week 3, you're 75% of the way through. At this point, the beginning of week 3 is at the 51% mark. Once you're done with week 3, you're at the 75% mark. Week 3, by this time, inspections have been reviewed. You will have concluded on repair request if applicable. The realtor is not waiting on the lender to get your loan docs. Loan docs are good. That means you're going to get this loan, surely, more than likely, unless something happens between the loan docs and funding. Week 3, the lender should have a response on the conditions met. The only delays are those made by the buyer. We do not get the conditions on time. It's on you guys. Get it over to us so we can close as soon as possible. We are 75% through at this point, awaiting the clearance to close and receive your final documents. When you are ready to close, just to let you guys know, you've signed loan docs, you wired the money into escrow, you met the notary, you've taken your ID and your social, and if you're in other states, you'll more than likely see a notary or a title. Some other states use attorneys. We use escrows. Some titles have their escrows. However the case be, once you sign loan docs, you're on your way to that home. So the final week of closing, the realtor will do a final walkthrough with you on the home to make sure everything's according to contract, the way you saw the property when you first purchased it, and make sure that if any repairs were requested, they were done. Okay? All documents prior to closing are in escrow. Escrow is ready to receive your loan docs and your balance due for closing the transaction. Your loan docs will be explained by your signing agent or your MLO, which is your mortgage loan originator. Your agent or lender or both will let you know what your balance due is, which is whatever the balance due to be able to conclude on the loan, which will be your down payment. Closing costs, remember in the beginning you make an earnest money deposit, and let's say it's $20,000 and you made $5,000 deposit, you would have to come in with $15,000 to close the deal. I don't know what your deposit is going to be. That's just me giving you numbers. Your realtor waits for it says your realtor waits new from the lender, and I think that's news from the lender. Once funding takes place, your realtor makes sure all contractual reports and documents are in order with escrow, lender, and title. The lender will then have the final loan disclosures sent to you for acceptance and signature. We have loan docs and escrow ready for you to sign your documents. Average time to sign loan documents is 45 minutes. In order, we will request you bring your ID to verify that you're the right person to the loan docs. Your agent lender will let you know what your balance is to close. After signing your loan documents, escrow prepare your file and send the loan docs to the lender. 24 to 48 hours after signing your loan docs and your balance is brought in, your transaction will fund. So I think what I was trying to say there is 24 to 48 hours after signing your loan docs and your balance is in, your transaction will fund the next day. Note, there may be delays. We have not experienced any after signing, but this can be expected due to unusual circumstances such as COVID or the underwriter being sick or the docs were missing a form. So we're always on top of it to see if there's anything missing or we just didn't make cutoff time. And with that being said, it takes about 30 days to close your deal. On average, 30 days. Some people take a little longer depending on circumstances or whatever repairs were made or not made or whatever the case be. If an appraisal was done, but you were missing smoke alarms, carbon monoxide detectors, sometimes there's circumstances that will delay you slightly. But you as the buyer, the only thing you can control is anytime we request for conditions, for documents provided to us as soon as possible, because the sooner you bring it to us, the sooner we can send it to the bank. So at this point, congratulations, your loan has funded, and within 24 hours of the next business day, the property title will now record under your name and your property at your property's local county recorder. And with that being said, I hope this helped in any way, shape, or form. At this point, you are the homeowner. Again, there are other documents that will be taken care of or be executed between you and your agent from week 1 to week 4. But for the most part, I wanted to explain to you guys how the buyer's process works. I can be more detailed. If you have any questions, you can email me at rhomeloans@aol.com, or you can message me below and I can give you more information. I hope this helped in any way. You guys stay blessed, stay strong, and continue to look forward and always push through.